It's been a while since we've been able to say something like this. However, new cushion alert. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on a brand new shoe from Adidas Originals featuring brand new cushion. And this is what they're calling the Adidas Zponge. No S, Z.
Zponge.
Zponge.
Sponge.
Zponge.
Alrighty then.
Now, before we deep dive into these guys, we do have a quick word from today's sponsor, and that's the good folks over at Scheels. They're a retailer both in-store and online. They have a wide variety of sneaker brand accounts. They are official account holders for brands such as Jordan Brand, Nike, and so on and so forth. They carry all kinds of different footwear and sporting equipment, and on top of all of that, they do have a sneaker release calendar, so if you ever wanted to see what was coming from Scheels, you can always go to their website, links down below in the description box. It'll head you over to their site where you can check it all out. Now, the shoes come in an Adidas Originals box, so I have two different colorways here, the two launch colorways, and they both come in the same exact box. And the shoes themselves are very interesting. They're kind of, you remember the original Pure Boost? Like the OG?
Yeah, I do.
So those things, first off, they were awesome. We both ran through a number of pairs. We even bought pairs for friends and family because they were so good that we wanted everybody that we knew to try them out. Is this going to be a replacement for that? Right off the bat, I would say no, but maybe. It depends on what you want out of your shoe, like the type of underfoot feel. But that's initially what these guys remind me of. It's just a super minimal, lightweight, real basic, but an abundance of cushion. And I believe that that overall synopsis of what the shoe is supposed to be sounds amazing. Like, it sounds like that'd be like an awesome ride. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want something that's super simple, super lightweight, very easy to wear, and very comfortable? However, they did some things that I'm just kind of like, I don't like that. I don't like how it feels. One of those things is not the outsole. I think the outsole actually looks great. It's one big piece of rubber, which I think is awesome, unlike the Pure Boost, where it had the stretch web outsole. This guy is just one solid piece, so I think that people that want durability and longevity are gonna like this. We've got two different styles or whatever, but both of which are translucent rubber. And the interesting part is that it's textured with what I would just consider like the sponge. I don't like that word. I don't know how to say that. Why can't they just say sponge?
Sponge. If
Zponge.
you say it fast
Zponge. Zponge.
enough. Sponge.
It just doesn't, I don't feel like I'm doing it right. But anyways, whatever texture they're going for on the Zponge cushioning, they're trying to mimic that on the outsole here. In addition to that, they actually have Adidas branding on there, not just with the word logo, but also the original trefoil logo. And before I forget, they actually do feature that same exact outsole print on the insole, and then the insole is this piece of shit right here. However, I don't think that it's necessary to replace this one, only because the shape of the midsole itself, like the way that it feels underfoot, probably would not work or be very compatible with like orthotics or other insoles, especially if you have like one like a Move that has a built-in arch.
What about the one without an arch?
I mean, that, like the baseline could work, but I don't like how these feel. I like the cushion, but I don't like the shape or the sculpting. Look. The Zponge is very interesting looking. It almost looks like a sponge or like a sea sponge, kind of like a moon, if you will. Like, that's what I first thought that it was. I was like, are we going back to the whole moon landing thing? Like, Wade just tried to do? No. Instead, it looks more like something that you would pull out of the ocean or something like that. Isn't that like a sea sponge? Don't people use those things, right?
A loofah?
No, that's plastic.
No, I know, but like, I know what you're talking about. Like the ones that kind of look like they came out of the ocean.
Yes, but I thought that they were.
Are those not loofahs?
I thought that they were like ocean sponges.
Yeah, it's a natural loofah.
So does that mean that it's coarse or soft, like spongy? Because I was thinking of something different. Seawool sponge. Yes, a natural seawool sponge. That's what I was thinking of. But I also wasn't wrong with the sea sponge thing. So, God, I love me.
I love you too.
Yeah. Now that I've wasted all that time, the way that it feels very good as far as like underfoot compression goes. I like that aspect of it. The thing that I don't love is just the overall sculpting. Not the sculpting of the visual, it's the sculpting of the midsole itself. They've touted in the description of the item, like over at like adidas.com or the Adidas app, that it's a rocker shape, to which it is. It's very true. They're not false advertising or anything like that. You can even hopefully see it in the B-roll where the point of contact is kind of like right here, and then it lips up and it lips up on both sides. It's very odd, and I think that it would feel better if while you're in the shoe that it actually like evened itself out a little bit and just gave you a more natural running rocker shape where there's that kind of like heel to toe drop, making you feel like you're dropping into your toe step. That way you can, you know, sprint off and have some fun. Instead, at least for me, I don't know if it's just my foot or whatever, but right here, it just kind of feels like it's jabbing into my arch, like right after it starts after my heel. And it feels like a nice little bubble underneath my foot.
No, don't like that.
So the way that they feel is just like, it's like forcing you to roll back and roll forward. And then there's this very prominent point in which there is not much compression, and I just don't really love the way that it feels overall. The cushion by itself, like if we're gonna not think about the rocker thing, the cushion feels really good. I think that that's something that they could work with if they just do a more neutral platform like they did with the original Pure Boost. But yeah, this type of feeling under my feet is just very weird to me. I don't know if anybody remembers Skechers and the Shape Up, but the way that that shoe looks is the way that this shoe feels to me. Like, I've never tried the Shape Up, but I would imagine that this is that, but like minimized. The upper is really interesting though, because this thing is almost like a sock. Like there's like no structure to the back and everything like that. It's very cool if you like that type of feel. Super lightweight, super minimal. The upper's design is taken from a 70s Adidas track spike called the Apollo. Obviously the toe area is designed slightly differently, where there's not like a toe rand, and they've added this little like stitched in design. I don't know which Adidas original model that's from, because it actually reminds me of quite a few of them. But either way, that's where the upper was inspired from, and the materials are nylon, much like the original track spike was. And this particular colorway over here with the yellow and whatever that color green is, it actually like really looks like that original track spike as well, at least one color of them. Inside the lining though is very interesting. It's kind of got this wet look to it, kind of like I don't know if they're supposed to be mimicking water, you know, the sponge thing, but basically it's a bunch of little like sticky pieces inside the shoe, kind of like sticky bottom socks, like hospital socks. I don't know if that's supposed to be like, oh, we're gonna make it so that we pull your sock down while you're walking in them, or that they stay on your feet better while you're walking in them. I'm assuming it's gonna do one of the two things, possibly both. And then the tongue is real basic. It's just a piece of fabric. It's a textile. It's got a cool little design to it. It's got a little Adidas nod on the tab. And yeah, it's pretty basic, but I think that it's pretty cool. Like if lightweight, durable comfort is the goal, then this shoe almost had it. As far as fit is concerned, it's a very, very snug, and I'm gonna really emphasize the very, because it's a tight ass fit. And if you don't like that, you might wanna go up half a size. However, the upper is so thin that you can kind of see your toes in there. Not a thing that I really like. I like shoes that look like shoes, not like feet. So yeah, for most, I would recommend going true to size. You should be good to go. However, if you don't like a compressive type of fit, you might want to go up half a size, but just know that they might look a little wrinkly or a little bit sloppy. Now, with all that being said, what is today's question of the day?
Just a friendly reminder, our viewers can now submit questions that are not holiday related.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So if you guys want to put those through, I'll pick them out. And today's is, do you ever run into your subscribers out in public? Do they recognize you or ask for photos or anything? Ever met any crazy fans?
Yes to all of them. So yeah, I run into people, I don't want to say like super often, like maybe you'd be more.
It's definitely been an uptick over like
the years.
Yeah.
Because like it used to just happen like if I go to like a Foot Locker or somewhere like that, or like a shoe store.
Yeah.
And then on a basketball court, obviously, because that's where, you know, like the channel started and stuff like that, which was performance. So those are the two areas that still even now, like it's almost like a guarantee. I would say not the shoe store, but usually the basketball court, especially if it's packed. But every court or gym that I go to, there's at least one person that's like, hey, you're the guy from WearTesters. And so like, it's like, hey, what's up? And so yeah, everybody's usually really, really cool. I've only run into one dip, and that was unfortunate because I personally found the interaction to be quite normal. And it wasn't until that person got home and then they went online and they started talking shit about me. And I was like, why would somebody do that? You know what I mean? Like I was nice to you and everything. Like, I don't know, like it was weird. But yeah, and then sometimes people do want to take pictures. And if that happens, I've gotten less embarrassed by it over the years, because before it'd be like, because people are gonna be like, who's that guy? I'd be like, trust me, dude, nobody. And nowadays it's more like, can I get a picture? I'll be like, yeah, sure. And it's just like, kind of, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't mind as long as it makes you happy, makes me happy. And on top of that, I really appreciate just meeting the people that kind of like make us like what we are or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because like, yes, we make the content. Yes, we test the shoes. Yes, we put it all out there, but without anybody watching it, like it's useless. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to meet the people that support the stuff that we do, because without you guys, like this wouldn't be possible. So I thank you. I can't relay that back to them.
I think it would be cool to to know, like, who has somebody gotten,
To see.
yeah, like, worked up the courage to walk up to. Hopefully they weren't, like, rude about
Weird.
it or anything.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, who they've taken a photo with.
You mean
like,
the person asking being rude or the person they approached? Because
Yeah.
I've had that happen too.
yeah. You took a photo with the guy who was in Once Upon a Time. He played like Jekyll or Hyde, I can't remember which.
What?
And he's the voice of all your
Oh,
Star Wars people.
No, that's not the guy from, okay, look, the voice of Darth Maul.
Yeah.
All right, Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
Dude's a legend.
Yeah.
All right, he was awesome. He wanted to talk too.
I think he was Mr. Hyde. Anyways.
I don't know. Anyways, I ran into him in a
Airport.
yeah, I think it was in Atlanta. I like walked and I was like, whoa, because his face is like, and if you don't know him from the voice acting, he was Vader's apprentice in the games, like the video games. I can't remember the name of the game right now. I'm like blanking. I want to say it was like Unleashed or something like that. I'm blanking on his name too. Star Killer. But yeah, I've met many people and almost all of them have been really nice.
We won't call
I
out
won't
that
call
guy.
out the one that was a douche, but like he totally was, and it really like I was like, what the bro?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I actually like picked my balls up off the floor and was like, I'm gonna go say hi to him. I regret that. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for everything. We really appreciate you. I will catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.